The Tice Bill was passed by Governor Dunn's administration at the state. The Tice Bill actually was a monumental highway construction act in Illinois. Before the Tice Bill, the vast majority of roads, if not all the roads, were maintained and constructed by townships. And the state saw a need for uniformity and improvement to the roads across the state of Illinois, as they say, to get us out of the mud. Before that, all these townships were just improving roads, grading them, fixing mud holes. Before the turn of the century, I always found it interesting, and it was actually the early part of the century too. Before you could vote, there was a poll tax that was enacted, where every able-bodied man had to work on the roads for a day. The road commissioner would call and say, we're going to go improve this section of road this day, or fix this wet spot on the road that always gets muddy or whatever, rutted. And I need 5 people. Can you come? And by working, providing the labor for a day, you were paying your poll tax so that you could vote. But then the Tice Bill came along and said we need to have some uniform standards, uniform improvements. Instead of just fixing these roads so that they are not rutted, at the wet time of the year, we need to improve these roads. And improvement at that time consisted of putting gravel on these roads, or regrading these roads where they would drain properly and you wouldn't have these mud holes anymore. So the Tice Bill created a new State Highway Commission. It created the state aid highway system. It created the county superintendent of highways position. And all of these things fit together to create uniform construction and maintenance of today's roads. Instead of having thousands of townships doing their own little thing, in each county you had a county superintendent of highways who coordinated those efforts. The county superintendent of highways, along with the county board, actually designated the roads within that county to be state aid highways. Some of them would end up under the state's auspices then, and some of them would end up under the county auspices. Those state aid highways were to connect your points of population, connect your points of trade, etc. And each county board then would, along with the county superintendent of highways, would come up with so many miles within that county that need to be on the state aid system. The state would provide half the funds for the cost of those improvements, and then the county could sell bonds and pay for the other half. So it was, the counties and the state started working together to pull Illinois out of the mud. To me, it was monumental.